Welcome to the Parish Church of Berwick-upon-Tweed, designated to Holy Trinity and with St Mary. It is the most northerly parish church in England. There has been a church on or near this site for approximately 900 years. The first building was situated slightly to the south of the present one and was by all reports a small, mean and very basic building to which Charles I referred when he said, "It is not fit to stable my horses in." The present building was built during the Protectorate, but was envisaged for some time before this. Charles I gave permission for the folk of Berwick to have a new church building, but he then lost his head before work could begin. Oliver Cromwell was then petitioned and gave permission, but with certain conditions. He would not pay for it, but reserved the right to determine its design. As a result, the crumbling castle was raided for building materials, and a very plain, square preaching box was built. This Puritan style did not include vanities such as tower, bells, stained glass, music making, monuments or holy areas such as chancel and sanctuary. During this period, only 3 churches were built in England, and Holy Trinity remains alone in still being an active church. During this period, Cromwell had appointed Colonel George Fenwick as governor of Berwick because of the town's strategic importance, and it was this soldier who caused the church to be built. He is commemorated in the church on the south wall. The strategic importance of the town also meant that it was the only parish church to be mentioned in the preface to the Book of Common Prayer. The church was consecrated in 1662 as a Church of England building, and the original communion table is still used. The pulpit in the church predates the building, having been previously situated in either the previous building or that of St Mary a few hundred yards away. It is therefore likely that this is the pulpit that John Knox preached from when he visited the town. The original design of the church incorporated balconies on 3 sides of the building, west, east and north. Today, only the smaller west balcony remains. In the middle of the 19th century, during the reign of Queen Victoria, the church building was closed for nearly 2 years while major works were instigated. These works were to take the church as far from Oliver Cromwell's ideals as possible. 2 galleries were removed. The east end of the church was pushed out to form a chancel and sanctuary, and a vestry was added to the north side. 2 structures were added to the west end corners outside, one to contain a single bell and the other to balance the appearance. All of the stained glass, apart from 1 window, was installed during this time and consists largely of storytelling pictures and well-known imagery. The influence of Colonel George Fenwick and the strategic position of the town led to the stationing of many soldiers in the area, and eventually the building of the barracks. Holy Trinity then became a garrison church, and remained so until the closing of the barracks in the 1980s. Holy Trinity Church became the civic church, and as such has a link with the freemen of the town, who traditionally had the authority to appoint 2 of the 4 church wardens. Presently, Holy Trinity Church is in the Diocese of Newcastle and Norham Deanery, which includes the Holy Island of Lindisfarne. It is a Grade 1 listed building because of its unique design and colourful history.